Pressure. We all have it. Hey, it's Coach Nye here from Mind Over Sport. Thanks for taking a minute with me today. I talk to a lot of athletes and their parents about performing well under pressure. See, when it comes to sports and life, there's no avoiding it. Well, there is, but it means you aren't putting yourself into position to grow or improve or reach the goals you desire. So I guess it's a better way to put it is, if you desire success in any form, pressure can be expected. With athletes, pressure typically comes from specific moments during a game. I'll give you a couple examples. A golfer steps up to a putt that she needs to sink to win the championship. If she misses this putt, then her opponent will go home with the victory. Another good example is a football team down by 3 points. There's 1 minute left on the clock and they have the ball on their own 30-yard line. In this scenario, I would say not only is the offense feeling a lot of pressure to score, but the defense is feeling an equal amount of pressure to prevent them from scoring. But pressure is not always limited to specific moments during a game. An athlete may feel pressure to reach a certain level or get a certain stat line by the end of the season. In the same fashion, outside of sports, pressure is felt in many different situations. Understanding the common occurrence of pressure, what kind of actions can you take to ensure that you will perform well under pressure? I'm going to go over 5 tips that I'd speak to athletes and students about. There's many different ways you can work to perform better under pressure, with the first one being having a different view on pressure. So how to change your view on pressure. What is pressure? What does it look, smell, or feel like? What many come to your mind when asked a question like this is a situation in which you feel pressure. But I'm not talking about the environment. I'm talking the actual thing, which is pressure. What is it? See, the most interesting aspect of pressure is that in reality, it's not real. Let me repeat that. The interesting aspect of pressure is that in reality, it's not real. Of course, the anxiety and fear and the fear we experience in moments are 100% real. But pressure is not. Pressure is merely a perception. So when you feel pressure, the reason it's being experienced is because you're identifying the situation as being more important than any other. So going off a couple examples I said at the beginning, what's different between the putt being taken by the golfer and then the other ones she had taken in the match? Nothing, except for the fact that it's her last putt. The act of putting is still the same. Same holds true for the football. Throughout that entire game, both teams have had many tries and many drives to score, yet this last one holds more weight due to the fact it will determine the winner. Well, yes, the final moments of a game will determine the outcome, but so have all other moments leading up to that point. By placing more weight on the situations, you're experiencing pressure and all the nerves of fear that follow. This leads to you tensing up and trying too hard to be perfect. If you want to perform better under pressure, change your perception and treat these moments just like any other time during the game. Then you might want to look at number 2, let go of the outcome. This is a big one. Along the lines of the previous tip, a lot of times pressure has a negative impact on your performance due to you worrying too much about the outcome. Does that sound familiar? Whether you're experiencing pressure during a game or other aspects of your life, this feeling thrives off outcome-oriented thinking. This form of thought involves your mind being fixed on the future. Outcome-oriented thinking takes on many different forms, depending on the end result you're worried about. You may be concerned about the score of the game, what your stats look like, what others will think of you, or even goals you've set. All of this, while naturally to think about, will only distract you and result in feelings of anxiety. The reason athletes develop performance anxiety in the first place has to do with worrying too much about what may or may not happen. To put it plainly, performance anxiety is caused by the outcome-oriented thinking. In order to perform well under pressure, you must let go of the outcome. Stop worrying so much about whatever result you're concerned about. Instead, shift your focus onto the process. Opposite of outcome-oriented thinking is being process-oriented. This means you are giving your attention to the present moment, to the now, which I speak of a lot. Focus on each task that will ultimately lead to the outcome. See, through letting go of the outcome and turning more to the process, you will not only be reducing unneeded stress or worry, but actually increasing your energy you're giving to the actions that lead to the result you want. So, strengthen your ability to perform well under pressure. That's what will happen if you don't think about the outcome and turn towards the process. Now, the third tip, which will help you tremendously as well, is focus on your breathing. See, when it comes to letting go of the outcome and turning your attention to the process, as discussed, sometimes this is much easier said than done. I understand that. But right now you can easily understand how much better you perform under pressure if you simply let go of the outcome. However, what do you think happens when you once again find yourself in a pressure situation? Do you think you will be able to actually let go of the outcome? Not likely. Desire to control the outcome is too powerful, too simple to brush aside. And the more you try to force them out of your mind in these moments, the more difficult it becomes. Again, you probably can relate to that. So what can you do to make the process easier? Is to harness your breath, to center your attention and bring your mind into the present moment, to the now. So your breath is incredibly powerful and a valuable asset when you learn how to control it. When you're in the midst of pressure, try turning your attention to your breath. Work to take slow, controlled breaths, really focusing on the air entering and leaving your body. And if you do so, not only will your attention be controlled, but your mind and body will relax. This allows for more effortless and natural action. So through focusing on your breath, you reduce fear, anxiety, and place yourself in a position to perform well under pressure. When you're in the midst of pressure, try turning your attention to your breathing. Fourth tip, develop a specific mantra. Mantra is a statement. So in times of pressure, have you ever paid attention to what you're saying to yourself? What kind of thoughts are filling your mind? So if you haven't done this, take some time now to do so. Think back to a situation where you felt tremendous amount of pressure. What was your mind full of? Was it positive or negative thoughts? So I'll give you examples. For example, were you thinking of thoughts, I guess I should be saying, I got this, or I know you're going to win, this is my chance, I know I can do it? Or were you thinking more of the negative and worrisome thoughts, such as, I hope I don't choke, there's no way we can win, I'm never going to get this done in time, I can't screw this up again? See, thoughts are powerful. They determine your focus and emotional state. So when you find yourself feeling a lot of pressure, you must turn your mind to see what kinds of thoughts are present. Knowing the power of thought, you can craft your own mantra or statement that you will repeat to yourself whenever you feel pressure. Your statement should be personal and really resonate with you. Again, here are a few examples. This is just like every other moment. Relax, have fun, focus, be present. I'm confident I will succeed. It's not that serious. Enjoy yourself. Once you've outlined your own statement, all you need is to turn your shuffle on, your own voice shuffle, and have it repeat within your mind in moments when you're feeling pressure. By doing so, you will help you perform yourself better under pressure. Last tip, number 5, develop routines. There's a reason people develop daily routines, and great athletes have pre-game routines and even certain routines within a game. Routines equal consistency, and consistency is what leads to success over a long term. Again, I'm going to repeat that. Routines equal consistency, and consistency is what leads to success over a long term. For athletes, pre-game routines work to get you in a consistent mindset before a game. The mental state you're striving for known is your peak performance mindset. But apart from being consistent over a long period of time, how does a routine help you in a given moment? See, as you find yourself in a pressure-filled environment, one of the major ways this will lead to performing poorly is to feel uncomfortable or see the situation as unfamiliar. While the pressure you feel may be different, the actions are the same. Using routines to help the pressure is all about working to get yourself to where you're feeling comfortable and in a familiar state of mind. I'll give you a great example. A baseball player who has a specific routine he goes through before each bat. This routine for him begins when he's in the dugout, continues when he's on deck, and then completes it with stepping into the batter's box. Every at bat, he goes through the same routine. That way, each time he goes up to hit, his mind is in a familiar state and he grounds himself to the routine. Now, imagine he's about to hit in the bottom of the ninth. There's a runner on third and his team is down by 1 run. The situation has changed, but the act of going up to bat is the same. So once he runs through his routine, he's fine. No matter what the outcome ends up being, he is putting himself in a better position to perform well under pressure since he's approaching the bat just as he does all the time. He understands it's just another bat. This is what a routine provides you with. For yourself, I think about routines you can put in place to ensure you're approaching pressure-filled with situations, same at any moment. That kind of consistency is what you lead to performing well under pressure. So using routines to help you with pressure is all about working to get yourself to where you're feeling comfortable in a familiar state. Lastly, as you work towards goals, pressure always going to find you. There's always going to be pressure. Maybe it's during a certain moment in a game where pressure you feel placed upon yourself or by others to the level of success that you want to achieve. No matter what the situation is in which you feel pressure, you need to work to manage that pressure. To perform well under pressure, remember these 5 tips. Change how you view pressure. Let go of the outcome. Focus on your breathing. Make use of a mantra and develop routines. By using these tips, you put yourself in a great position to succeed, no matter what type of pressure you feel. But pressure is good. Use it to your advantage, but use it wisely. That's the point. I hope you enjoyed some of these tips that we've talked about for working under pressure. If you liked the video, please click below. Check out some other things on our website at www.mindoversport.ca. And if you want to ask a question to the coach, send me an email, coachnye at mindoversport.com. Love to hear from you. But again, pressure, we put it on ourselves for different reasons, but we can also handle it if we run these 5 tips through our mind. Thanks for joining me. Remember, be determined out there and be the change you want to be. Bye for now.